welcome back to my channel. For today's video, make sure you have something to take notes with because the 5 things I'm going to share with you are so important for the growth of your blog. They are the foundation for you having a successful blog. You don't even need to be well established or be blogging for years. Like, you're going to grow if you do these 5 things well. Before we dive in and I share more with you, I just want to thank you guys for your response to my last video. I'm gonna get emotional again because it just means so much to me, but if you haven't seen my last video, go ahead and watch it. I really was vulnerable with you guys and showed you the reality of blogging and how it takes time and it's difficult and you lose focus and it's really easy to quit. And I made it to encourage you guys not to quit and to let you know that I'm cheering you on. When really you guys just gave it all back and really encouraged me. I had so many messages from you guys and I just really appreciate that. So thank you for being here for me, and I promise to keep showing up and teaching and inspiring you guys. Okay, get ready to take some notes. Here are the 5 things. The first thing is to be consistent. Come up with a schedule plan and stick to it, and I'll let you determine your own frequency. My piece of advice is set yourself up for success. So if you can do 1 blog post a week, do 1 blog post a week, but make sure you stick with it. If it has to be every other week, that's fine. If you can do twice a week, that's great. That's a lot for a beginner blogger, but if you can do it, oh my gosh, go for it. Just make sure whatever frequency you choose, that you are sticking with it and consistent. I have found that if you skip a week, say you're doing every single week, 1 blog post, if you skip a week, it's really easy to skip that second week. Or if you say you're going to do 2 blog posts and you only get 1 done, and then you feel defeated, and then you feel like you have to create 3 the next week, and then you don't, and then you're behind, it's too much. So pick a number and stick with it. This gives your audience something to look forward to and also lets them know when you're going to be coming out with new content. So if you say, every Monday at 10, I'm going to be posting a new blog post, and you do that week after week after week, they're going to start recognizing like, hey, Sarah comes out with a new blog post every Monday at 10, I can't wait. Like, they are going to be waiting for you, okay? So make sure that you are consistent with your blog posts. I recommend having a consistent day and a consistent time. Just make sure you stick with it. Also, not only is it helping your audience know what to expect from you and when, it's helping SEO because SEO loves fresh content, which is what you're doing every single time you put out a blog post. So creating a new blog post a week means that your website is getting fresh content on its pages and it's really helping you get found. It is better to post 1 blog every single week for a month, so like 4 blog posts a month, you know, doing 1 a week, than it is to, in the first week, do 4 blog posts, post them all, and then nothing the other 3 weeks. Does that make sense? It's better to do 4 in a month, 1 each week, than it is to do all 4 just 1 week and then let it sit. I just said that. I basically just repeated myself. But coming up with that fresh content weekly is going to help grow your blog and give you the confidence that you need to like show yourself that you stuck with it. Oh, and oh my gosh, I should have mentioned this before the SEO part. I found that having a detailed content calendar has really helped me be consistent with my blog and putting out blog posts. Not only do I have specifically what blog posts I want next, but I also have blogging ideas and questions I've gotten from followers in the queue. Obviously, there's more thought that goes into my content calendar because I am doing some research, some keyword research, what's going to be good for SEO. That's the more technical side, but the foundation of it, guys, which is what we're talking about, is that I have a content calendar that has a plan laid out for me, and when I know that it's my writing day, I can just go pull up my computer, oh, I'm writing about this topic, and then sit and write about that topic without having to think of it or be inspired by it or wonder if anyone's gonna care about it. Like, I already have that planned out. So make sure you have a content calendar or something that's helping you be consistent with your blog posts. The second thing I want you to write down is provide quality content. You want to add value to your reader's life. If you've been a part of my channel for a while, you know this, I say this all the time, but every single blog post should teach, educate, or inspire your reader. Guys, you want to add so much value to your reader's life that they have no choice but to come back for more. Like, they digest what you read and they're like, oh my gosh, I want more of that. And I know when they're gonna have their next blog post because she's consistent with her blogs. Yeah, this is how this works. All of these points that I'm going to share with you, the 5 points, they all fit together and like play off of each other and build the foundation for your blog. You guys know that. Okay, back to quality content. Think about on social media, think about the people that you follow, okay? Let's say Instagram, you're scrolling through and you see them. Who are the people that you stop and read their captions? Who are the people that you find yourself stopping and reading more? I'm guessing that they're teaching you something, they're educating you on something, or they're inspiring you in some way. Some people you scroll past pretty pictures, some people you stop and read. You want to be one of those people that they stop and read for. I remember when Scott and I first met, I was writing freaking novels on my Instagram posts, and he's like, no one reads those. But guys, people were reading them. Not everyone was reading them, and that's okay. You're gonna learn that what you have to say is not for everyone. But if you are teaching, educating, or inspiring, the people that you're wanting to attract are going to stick around and read what you have to say. So make sure that your blog post is creating value for someone's life. And it doesn't have to be anything crazy, guys. We don't need these crazy stories of like life and death and really deep or teach them something that they never knew. Most of the time, creating that value is the simple and the little things because they're relatable, because people can see themselves in the story and be like, oh, I can do that. So just know that you can create value a lot of ways. And I love sharing these little tidbits with you guys because they're things I didn't know until I started blogging. So let's say someone's scrolling through Instagram and they stop on your profile because you have something to say. You're adding value to their life. This is them stopping. I'm gonna hold this here the whole time. The algorithm likes that, and they want to keep people on the app. Like, they want them to be on the app as long as they can. So the algorithm picks up that they are reading your content. Your content and your profile is going to show up more frequently for them in the future because the algorithm noticed that they stopped to read what you have to say. They assume that the next post you put out, they'll want to read that too. And then you'll start also showing up in more people's profiles because the algorithm recognizes you as someone who's stopping a scroll and want to share what you have to say with others. Still stopped here, okay, letting go. It works the same way with your website and blog. Like, they want to keep you there, they want to keep the reader engaged. So when you're creating that valuable content, that quality content, and teaching people, educating people, inspiring people, you're going to show up more. Like, your website, your blog, your social media profiles are going to show up more. The third thing I want you to write is niche down. The more narrow and focused your blog becomes, the more it's going to grow. And it is so funny that I am talking about this because for so long I refused to niche down. I was like, I'm not doing it. I want to talk about hobbies and blogging and northern Michigan and slow living and crockpot freezer meals and gardening and like all these things, and I refused to niche down. And my blog went nowhere. It was successful in its own way, but I wasn't able to grow it the way that I wanted to grow it. And I fought it for so long until finally I was like, maybe all of those blog posts and those things that I've read about creating a successful blog and the YouTubers that I've watched about blogging are onto something when they say that you need to niche down. But please know, if you don't have a niche and you still want to start a blog, please go for it, do it. You're going to learn so much, and you can always narrow down as you go. That's what I did. That's how I started blogging. The more focused you can get, the more you're going to be able to grow your blog in a shorter amount of time. Niching down and narrowing your focus will really help your blog grow in 3 different ways. The first one is that it lets your audience know what they can expect from you. So let's say that you blog about Michigan rocks, because Michigan is a great place to find rocks. We have lots of different beaches, the Great Lakes. Actually, in Petoskey, where I live, we are known for Petoskey stones. Check them out if you don't know what I'm talking about. But let's say that you have a Michigan rocks blog. Your readers know exactly what they can expect from you. They know that they're going to find tips and tricks for finding rocks. They know that they're going to get an inside look into the best beaches to find these rocks. And remember, guys, your blog is not going to be for everyone, and that's okay. Believe it or not, that's when you lose followers, is when your blog is so broad that they don't know what to expect. When you are focused and niche down, like, you're going to attract all the rock hounds from not only Michigan, but people who are coming to visit Michigan. They're gonna stumble across your blog because you have focused in and blog specifically about Michigan rocks. So your audience knows what to expect from you. The second thing that niching down does is it helps you decide what you're going to write about. Instead of writing about anything and everything, sometimes that can be paralyzing. This gives you some parameters. So if you are a Michigan rock blogger, it gives you some parameters to blog within. So we talked about creating that content calendar, literally doing the research, and any new ideas that you come up with about rock hounding or Michigan rocks can then be put into the queue and then into your content calendar. So it gives you some parameters for the content that you're going to create. And the third thing that it does is it improves your SEO. And without diving too deep into SEO, just know that that's a really good thing and it helps grow your blog. Remember, we talked about this, the search engines want people to stay online longer. So when someone puts in a question, best beaches to find Petoskey stones, they know exactly who they want to send that reader to, your blog, because you have established yourself as that expert online. Not only as an expert for your readers and your audience, what you and I see, but also what the computer and the SEO sees, what the search engine see. You are an expert on that. They're going to send the person with that specific question specifically to your website because you have narrowed in, you have niched down. So funny coming full circle that I've gotten here because I fought it for so long, but just know how important it really is for the growth of your blog. If you want to grow now instead of in 10 years, niching down is really going to help you achieve that. The fourth thing that will help you grow your blog is to build trust with your audience. Just remember that there is a human behind the screen. There is a human. I'm talking to a camera right now, but really I'm talking to you as if you were sitting here with me and I was just pounding these 5 things into your head of like what you can do to grow your blog. Just remember that you are talking to someone. Make sure you're engaging with your audience, responding to their questions, asking them questions. Know that these are real people with real feelings who are happy, sad, going through challenging times, or want to try something new and are inspired by you. Your readers are the most valuable part of your blog and they're your community. They're why you're doing what you're doing. And the only way that you're legitimately going to grow your blog and then also monetize it is by building trust with them. If you want to monetize your blog, so you're making money through blogging, that's okay. It's not cheap, it's not salesy, as long as what you're providing is of value, which we talked about. But just be mindful of everything that you put out there, okay? So if you're using affiliate links, make sure that you use or would recommend the product. Also, any sponsored posts that you do, if you're working with someone or a business and selling a product or promoting a product, make sure that you believe in that product, that you believe in the business. Just be super mindful, because when you're blogging, when you create a blog, you are literally asking your reader to give up their most valuable resource, which is time. You're asking them to give you their time in exchange for something of value. And if you're promoting a product or affiliate links, you want to make sure that you're conscious of that and that you believe in what you're sharing with them. It's common in the online world. Serve, 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 sell. Okay? So you want to serve them, create quality content consistently. You want to serve them, provide value, teach, educate, inspire. Do that over and over, and then you can sell to them because they're going to trust you. They're going to see you as an expert. They're going to be like, oh my gosh, she gives me so much value in her blog posts. I wonder what her paid content is like. I bet it's like extra awesome, you know? Like when you're providing that much value for someone and you do that over and over and over, then you can sell to them because you've earned their trust. Also, the biggest thing that I've learned through blogging and also really YouTube is that people want to hear those real stories. They don't want to just hear your successes and how much money you made each month and everything is awesome. Sharing your successes is awesome, as well as your failures and challenges really will create that connection and that trust with your audience. Like, you can trust me because I went through this. This is where I am now. So building trust with your audience, that is the fourth thing I want you to know about building your blog's foundation. The fifth thing that I want you to write down is to promote your blog. Promote the heck out of your blog, okay? This might be a little uncomfortable. It might feel like you're bragging, but you're not, trust me. Imagine, actually let's run with the Michigan Rocks blogger. That's who you are. You have to look at your blog and your website as a storefront, as an online storefront. So imagine that you actually had a store downtown Petoskey, you have a Michigan Rocks store. You would do everything in your power to get people inside, to get customers inside, to see what you're selling, to take a look around, to browse, to hopefully tell friends or tell people as they walk out and be like, hey, go check out that store. That store is awesome. They provide tips and tricks. They tell you stories from their rock hounding adventures. They have lots to see and beautiful photos. Like, they do a really good job. You should go in there. That's exactly what you have to do for your blog. You have to promote it and believe in what you're selling. And not to be salesy, like you're not selling something, but like you have to believe in what you're writing and what you're putting out there is valuable for someone, that someone needs to hear it. You have to believe that, guys. Every single blog post should be shared more than once. And actually, I heard this great example once. We're busy. All of us are busy. We have busy lives. And again, you're asking your readers to give you their most valuable resource, time. So say you share a blog and someone sees it and they're like, oh, sweet, I totally want to read this. Oh, my kid has soccer practice, I gotta run, okay, I can't do that. You totally had someone who was willing and excited to read what you had to say, and they totally slipped their mind. But say you put it up again the next day and you're like, hey, if you haven't checked out my blog yet, here it is again, like, thanks for checking it out. That person sees it and they're like, oh my gosh, there it is, I totally want to read this, I forgot all about it. They will be thanking you for reminding them. So guys, I've said it multiple times throughout this video, your blog is not going to be for everyone. If people find you annoying or too much, that's their own problem. Like, they don't have to follow you, but you are going to start attracting the people who are interested in what you have to say. If you believe in what you're saying, in what you're writing, then keep on sharing that with the world. There you go, guys. The five things that you need to do to build the foundation of your blog. I know it's not very technical, they seem pretty obvious, but even I overlooked them, like the niching down one I avoided for so long, and look at me now. Like, I'm totally preaching niche down as much as you can. So what I want you to do, I really hope that you guys took some notes, maybe more involved in this actually, but if not, even this, just having a sticky note or a piece of paper or a reminder on your phone of these 5 things to always keep in mind as you're creating your blog, as you're writing blog posts, and just as you're building your foundation and trying to grow. These 5 things are really going to help you. Guys, I have seen so many new bloggers who get into blogging, they're super excited, enthusiastic, and they want to dive in head first and get into SEO and keywords and email lists and Pinterest and what's gonna grow, and they skip over the foundation, these 5 things, and they're not blogging anymore, okay? Because it's overwhelming. Those things, if you don't know those things, you have to learn those things, and there's a pretty big learning curve. You can do it, I think anyone can do it, but there is a learning curve. So by establishing your blog, being consistent, not only with your blog, but also just in these 5 things, I think I've said it enough. Focus on these 5 things. That's why I created this video. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for giving me your time, your most valuable resource, and learning more. If you would, be sure to subscribe, like, share with a friend. You guys know all of the things. I so appreciate it. And yeah, let me know. Let me know below if there are any videos that you guys want to see, anything you want to know more about. I would love to create that for you. Okay, thanks so much for being here, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Have yourself a wonderful day. Bye. You know what? I'm gonna go this way instead of this way. I always go this way. I'm going this way. Bye.